watching The Dump, and so is a certain former president who told us that he wishes he had started a comedy news show as good as ours when he was in office. Which president? I can't say, but it's not the one you're thinking of. Meanwhile, we're now also competing with SNL UK, which launched this month. We hear it's just like the US version of SNL, except in English. And with like 700 times our budget. Or 800. Or any amount really, because our budget is 0. On that note, I'm your host, Rebecca Barnard, and it is the first official week of spring. Enjoy it while you can, because due to climate change, summer begins on Tuesday. With that, let's get to the news. Since our last episode, America has started another war in the Middle East. For all our Gen Z viewers out there, this happens every 10 years or so. You'll get used to it. Why are we at war in the first place? As far as we can tell, it's because the Ayatollah made fun of Trump at the 2012 White House Correspondents' Dinner. However, on 2 separate occasions, President Trump said that he had spoken to a former president who praised his war on Iran, but he refused to reveal who, mostly due to the fact that he was just speaking into a mirror. He is a former president. However, aides for all 4 of the living former presidents denied a conversation ever happened. So our investigative team at The Dump did some digging, and joining us now is the painting of Ronald Reagan hanging in the Oval Office.
Hello, good morning.
It's great to chat with you, President Reagan, but first, just to clarify, you are a painting, right?
That's right. I'm not actually alive, but every painting in the White House has a spirit trapped inside. Those talking paintings at Hogwarts, the White House did it first, baby.
So you're the former president he talked to about going to war with Iran?
Guilty as charged. Iran, Venezuela, Minnesota. I'm the closest thing he has to a war advisor.
I mean, doesn't he have the Joint Chiefs, the Secretary of Defense, the National Security Council?
National security, smashional security. Do you think I listened to advice about Grenada, Lebanon, and Contra from Caspar Weinberger? Hell no, Becca. When I said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall, well, that line was Andrew Jackson's painting suggestion.
Sure does explain a few things about Trump's foreign policy.
Us paintings have all of his ideas. I was the one who pitched Make America Great. All Donald did was tag on again.
Is there anything else you've been involved in over the last few years?
Oh, I've been around the halls for a long time, and I've seen it all. President scandals, the alien race that Stephen Miller is from, that other alien race that Dick Cheney was from, Oval Office blowjobs, people who...
Wait, what was that last thing?
People think FDR added that little door bit to the Resolute desk to hide his leg braces, but nope, that's a glory hole.
Well, you sure do paint quite a picture, Mr. President. Pun not intended.
Frankly, I'm sick of it. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this glory hole.
Okay, I'm going to end this before I learn anything that's going to get me in trouble with the FBI. Thanks. In war-adjacent news, the State Department has slashed the fee for Americans to formally renounce their U.S. citizenship by 80%. It's now just 3 easy payments of $19.99, and if you call now, they'll throw in a free MyPillow. Just use that promo code THEDUMP at checkout. Get it? Checkout? Let's go to world news. This past month, Trump said some really embarrassing things in front of the leaders of Ireland and Japan, reminding us that no matter where you're from, everyone rolls their eyes in the same language. Meanwhile, Finland was named the happiest country in the world for a record 9th time in a row, but that will change next year when we invade it. An island-wide blackout hit Cuba on Monday, their 3rd major blackout in the past 4 months. And try doing your job during a blackout. It's really hard. Just ask Pete Hegseth. Press briefings, so difficult. The Trump administration also reopened the U.S. Embassy in Venezuela for the first time since 2019. Then they immediately tore it down to build a giant ballroom. And finally, Cambodia hopes to shut down all of the country's notorious online scam centers by the end of next month. So now when someone calls you out of the blue asking for money, it'll just be your cousin. In health news, a new study in mice suggests that a father's nicotine exposure could influence the metabolic health of his children. Scientists actually knew that this would be the study's outcome, but they wanted to make tiny little cigarettes for the mice. Scientists have also reconstructed videos of what mice are seeing by analyzing their brain activity, because I guess that's easier than putting tiny cameras on top of their tiny heads. Other new research shows taking magic mushrooms can help people quit nicotine. And even when it doesn't, they don't mind. According to a new survey, nearly a third of Gen Z men believe a wife should always obey her husband. Meanwhile, the other 2/3 actually got a second date. Wait, does that count as science? And oh yikes, the FDA is warning that certain raw oysters and clams could potentially be contaminated with norovirus. Here to talk about the effects of the recall is a clam.
Wow. I can't believe it finally happened to me. You know, you sign up for one improv class in college, and then your whole life is just throwing stuff online to see what sticks. I guess it's true what they say. It takes 10 years to become an overnight success. Or to form a pearl.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
Going viral. I'm on my way to becoming the Mr. Beast of the sea.
Oh no, Clam, this is a different kind of viral.
You're so right. Everyone gets there in their own way. First, I did characters, then Get Ready With Me's. I even tried to be a food influencer. But nobody wants to see how a clam eats. Google it.
No thanks. So, you're not concerned about people getting sick?
Hey, all celebs run the risk of overexposure, but if people can handle 8 Pedro Pascal movies a year, I think they can stomach a little more clam.
I'm not really sure they can, but sure. How are your friends and family handling your newfound fame?
Everyone who used to doubt me is like my best friend now. Those hangers-on, those barnacles. I call them that because they are literally barnacles. They're actual barnacles.
Literal barnacles. We get it. But just to wrap this up, when do you think it'll be safe to eat clams again?
You know, it's hard to say. My next big collab is with DJ Khaled, and he said he would never eat me.
Thanks for joining us, Clam. Moving on to business news, the White House is cracking down on companies that falsely claim their products are made in America. I hope they start with properly labeling Ted Cruz. And in food investment news, a Pokemon-shaped Cheeto sold for over $87,000. Normally, spending that much on something from food would seem like a waste, but because it's a Cheeto, it will last forever. And also, Beyond Meat is officially dropping meat from its name. In related news, the household goods retailer emerging from bankruptcy will now be known as Bed Bath & Beyond Meat. And reports show that Gen Z shoppers are now hanging out in malls. Or mall, I guess. In sports news, March Madness is currently underway, and in case you're wondering, your odds of having a perfect March Madness bracket are about 1 in 120 billion, which is about the same as the odds of a Democrat winning in Texas. Meanwhile, Formula One has canceled its April races in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia due to the Iran war, and I assume because gas prices are too high. Car racing in this economy? Are you serious? In entertainment news, Universal Pictures is developing a biopic about Bon Jovi, the next installment in the New Jersey Marvel cinematic masterpiece. And FCC Chair Brandon Carr is threatening to revoke broadcast licenses over coverage of the war in Iran. But honestly, the FCC should just start revoking licenses after the latest season of The Bachelorette was canceled. Like, what do we have to live for now? And finally, did you know the phone number from the famous 80s song now connects to a cancer support line that provides information, support, and advice from trained specialists? This left us wondering what other songs from the 80s are doing today. Here's what our investigative team found. Mr. Roboto is a major investor in ChatGPT. The Eye of the Tiger needs bifocals now. I still feel like somebody's watching me. And everyone is no longer kung fu fighting. Most of them are just doing spin and cardio boxing with hot yoga on Thursdays, but only if Sarah is teaching. Billie Jean works for an organization that goes after deadbeat dads. Maneater is gluten-free now. He is still dancing in the dark, but this time it's due to the collapse of the Texas power grid. Everybody who wanted to rule the world showed up on the Epstein list. Internet killed the video star, and AI killed the internet star. Finally, it's the end of the world as we know it, and we are no longer feeling fine. That's all we've got for this month. We'll see you next time.